Okay, folks, this is David Devaney here, your lecture instructor for 163 this fall semester. I thought I would pull up Moodle here to kind of give you an idea of how I want you to proceed through so that, and I'll send this to you. I'm going to send this to you in an email even before you have access to the Moodle account. So maybe that gives you a little bit of familiarity, maybe makes you a little more comfortable with what you're going to see when you actually get into the course. Um, First thing I'll say is if you have trouble logging into Moodle, you should probably contact someone like Myra Moore on campus or one of the distance learning folks, and they will get you or help solve any of your problems with maybe usernames or passwords. I can't help you with things like not being able to access Moodle. What I can help you with is if you get into Moodle and don't see my course, or if you have a problem within my course, then those are the things I can help you with. So maybe contact those people if you're having trouble with Moodle. When you first log on to Moodle and you click on my course, right? So you should see something that looks like this in your list of courses. If you notice over here on the left of my screen, I've got a ton of courses listed because, these are all the way back to 2016, every hybrid or online course I've taught, which is quite a lot. So you won't see that much, but you should see at least a link in yours for this particular course. When you log in and click on the course, you should see a general tab here and a course information tab there. The course information is where my syllabus is and where my syllabus quiz is. You must take the syllabus quiz before you can see anything else in the course. The distance learning folks set it up this way so that if you don't take that particular quiz, everything else is locked out for you. And you have to take that particular quiz before August 24th. If you don't, you can be removed from the course because that marks your point of entry. And that, again, that's set by the distance learning folks. That's just a policy of the college. So go in, take that syllabus quiz. It's a few multiple choice questions based on the syllabus and some other kind of distance learning policies. Once you take that, then you should start to see everything else open up. So here I've got week one. I try to list the dates of week one, so 8/15 to 8/22. And then I've got some information here. So I'll upload a link to this video in the course orientation. I will also have links to PowerPoints. So here's chapter 1 PowerPoint. It follows your book. So you can kind of use this to help you take notes or whatever you would like to do. I also will put videos in here. And kind of as the note says, these videos will come from folks like Crash Course Biology or Bozeman Biology, maybe Khan Academy. I could create my own videos, but I feel like in a sense I would be recreating the wheel there because these folks, so Crash Course and Bozeman, they do a pretty good job of video editing. I don't have those skills. I'm not going to pretend to have those skills. And so they have really good animations and things like that that help maybe make the material a little more informative or easy to learn for you. These videos aren't required. So if you don't watch the video, I won't know. If you do watch the video, it'll certainly help you, though. I encourage you to watch the videos. The first assignment you'll have due for me week one are these short answer questions that come from the end of the chapter. This is one of the reasons that I require that everybody have the same textbook for me, because if I tell you to do numbers 9 through 15 on page 23, and you have the second edition of the book instead of the current edition, then obviously that's going to be a problem for you. And then the other thing I'll have for you week one are these quizzes. I call these reading quizzes. When you open them up, you'll see 20 questions, and I'll kind of go ahead and open this one for you. It'll look a little different than what you see, but it'll be close since this is the instructor's view. But this is kind of what you'll see, 20 questions, multiple choice. You can use your book, you can use your notes, you can use Google, whatever. I don't care. But you need to make sure you're learning something there. Because I make no secret that you will see some of those questions again, maybe on your exams. So those quizzes, it'll just be on chapter 1 for this particular one. You can take it as many times as you want to. I'll only keep the highest grade. And so one of the mistakes students make when they take these exams or these quizzes, is they'll take it once, they'll get their 100, and then they'll stop taking it. That's a mistake. Because if you've taken it one time, you made a 100, then you've seen 20 questions. If you take it 5 times, you made a 100 the first time, and you made 50s every time after that. We've already got your 100. The only thing you're doing is exposing yourself to more material after that. So the questions will change each time, and that kind of depends on how many questions are in the bank for that particular chapter. There could only be 25 questions. There could be 80 questions. You don't know. So you just need to spend some time with these reading quizzes. I know students that spend a lot of time with reading quizzes are also the students that do well in my class. I don't believe in busy work, so these short answer questions and these quiz questions are important, and they will help you succeed in the course. So then if we go into week 2, so from 8:22 to 8:29, again, I try to be pretty explicit on what I expect the due dates to be, and you should see that kind of in your calendar as we roll through. So here's Chapter 2 PowerPoints, some videos for Chapter 2, short answer questions for Chapter 2, quiz for Chapter 2. So that's all the same as it was kind of for Chapter 1 as far as what I want you to do. The difference here is, here's Exam 1. So you're going to have an exam on every 2 chapters. So Chapter 1, Chapter 2, exam. Chapter 3, Chapter 4, exam. These exams are kind of set up in a similar way to quizzes in that you'll click on this link, it'll open up the exam. There's 50 questions there. I will give you a time limit of about 60 minutes. That's, especially in my seated courses, that's plenty of time, and you get the same exams that my seated courses will get. So you open that up. You could have somewhere in the realm of like 45 multiple choice questions. And then I will give you 1 or 2 short answer questions in there as well to kind of make sure that you're getting the material and that you're not just kind of maybe memorizing some multiple choice answers or whatever. I do weight those short answer questions a little bit more. So to me, kind of every exam is 50 questions. So 45 multiple choice questions, and then the last 5 questions will be kind of the short answer, which means 1 short answer question may count 2.5 questions or 5 questions. It depends on how many short answer questions I give you. But be ready for those. Make sure you've taken the quizzes multiple times. Make sure you've looked over the chapters. You've looked over the PowerPoints. You've looked over the videos. And then you should be good to go on these. These exams are not open book. Especially on your short answer, I can tell. This summer, I caught a number of people copying and pasting either from Google or just typing directly from their book. Short answer questions should be in your own words, not anybody else's, not a copy and paste. It's easy for me to tell when students are doing that. So be very careful there. You shouldn't use your neighbors. You shouldn't use notes, books, Google, anything like that. Once you open this exam, it should be your own material. Also, you get 1 shot on this exam, just like you would in a seated class. So make sure when you click on this exam, you're ready to go. You've got 60 minutes set aside where you can take it. You've got a reliable internet connection. Obviously, if you wanted to come to campus and take it, or you can take it anywhere you have internet access. Just make sure it's reliable so that it doesn't cut you off. And that brings me to another kind of point. Moodle gives me a lot of information. So Moodle tells me when you log on to the course, it tells me when you log off, it tells me when you accessed my exam, when you accessed individual questions, what you answered, how long you spent on every question. It just gives me a load of information. So for instance, I've had students tell me before, David, I had a computer issue while I was taking the exam, and it kicked me off. And then I go in and look, and really what happened is they accessed the exam with about 2 minutes to go before the due date. Obviously, you're not going to knock out a 50-question exam in 2 minutes. And Moodle tells me these things. So make sure you give yourself a lot of time. Make sure you understand that Moodle gives me tons of information, and we're good to go. Don't wait until the last minute to do a lot of these things. That's just never a good situation to get yourself into. Right? And so that's kind of how the lecture portion of the course will proceed. So week 1, chapter 1, some short answer questions, a quiz. Week 2, chapter 2, some short answer questions, a quiz, and then your first exam. Then week 3, week 4, so on and so forth as we proceed through. Point is, here, 1 chapter a week, pretty much an exam every other week. Make sure you're working on your short answer questions, your quizzes, and your exams, and we should be good to go. If you have any questions, shoot me an email.